Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning how important it is for you to live subjectively and not objectively. And this is what was taught to Neville Goddard by his mentor Abdullah the Black Mystic from Ethiopia, when he taught Neville to look inwardly and to live it from inside and let it reflect from the outside, teaching him that as above so below, as it is within so is it without. So I always teach you to live from the invisible world instead of living from the visible world. Let the invisible world lead and direct your life, because you realize that you are a spirit having a human experience. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read for you from The Power of Awareness, written by Neville Goddard. And I'm going to read chapter 12 for you. It's a very short chapter where I deal with the objective and the subjective mind. And my encouragement to you is to always live from the subjective mind. That is why I always stress how important it is for you to seek first the kingdom, to know exactly who you are. That's why I always say to you, as our ancestors would have always taught us, man, know thyself. Seek first the kingdom, and all these other things will be added unto you, because you'll be able to live from the subjective mind and not the objective mind or the objective world. You live from the subjective world, the invisible world. So I'm going to read chapter 12 for you in The Power of Awareness, and this is it right here. Small book, The Power of Awareness. I'll definitely encourage you to get this book if you haven't bought it as yet. The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. This is what Neville says here. He says, your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. So it's very important for you to keep your attention on that which you desire. So you must be definite about what you want. He says, all progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and concentration of your attention. Okay, so you must be well focused, and your attention must be on that which you want, and that which you want only. Always think about what you want. Do not think about what you do not want. Okay, then he goes on to say, attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external expressions of the immediate present. So that's when you're living from the outside. Okay, the very lines of this page are attracting your attention from without. So even as you read, you're seeing things from the outside. Okay, but this is basically directing you to live from within, live fourth-dimensionally. Okay, see things from the fourth dimension. He goes on to say, your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. Hope you understand that. Let me read it again. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but is constantly directed to external impressions. So when you're living from the objective world, you only see things from the world without. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent, I should say. Okay, let me read that back over. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent. For in this state, attention is usually the servant. You see? So you must have proper attention and not the master. The passenger and not the navigator of your world. Okay? There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively. And the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. When you are able to control the movement of your attention in the subjective world, which is the world of the invisible, the world of thoughts, you can modify or alter your life as you please. You see? You can live the life that you want to be when you're living subjectively, okay? When you see things from the spiritual mind instead of the physical outer mind of thinking. He said, but this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. You see, if you allow the things on the outside to affect your life, affect your thinking. He said, each day, set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and of focusing it subjectively. So, there must be a time in the day that you must find time by yourself and get into the subjective mind. Go into meditation, visualization, whatever it is, and shut out this objective world out of your mind and think four-dimensionally. Let me go on. He said, in other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. So you have to concentrate on the thoughts and the mood, the feeling, the emotion that you deliberately conjure up within you as you seek to have your desires being fulfilled. He said, then those things that now restrict you will fade and drop away. The things that are restricting you are the outer things that you're looking at, that you seem to think that there are circumstances and there are things that are blocking you. But all the blockage is taking place from within, based on how you think. Okay, everything must be placed on your subjective mind. Okay, then he says that the day you achieve control of the movement of your attention in the subjective world, you are master of your fate. The day you master everything from within, the day you're in full control are from within. When you focus and concentrate from within, when you start to master that, you're the master of your fate. You're the Lord and master of your destiny. Let me just finish off here. He said, you will no longer accept the dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. You don't judge yourself based on what you're seeing happening outside. Economy and all of that won't break you. Okay? Having achieved control of the movement of your attention and having discovered the mystery hid from the ages that Christ in you is your imagination. Christ in you is your imagination. God in you is your imagination. You're living from your imagination. You're depending on your imagination. You trust your imagination. He said you will assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. When you put all things to subjection, because you trust your imagination, that is you putting the devil under your feet, because the devil is your self-doubt. So my brother, my sisters, who taught you to doubt yourself? Who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you not to believe in yourself? Who taught you to believe in a God outside of yourself? Those who taught you to have such a belief, they would have brainwashed you to have limiting beliefs to keep you in mental slavery. I'm saying to you, this is time for you to set yourself free. And that is why Abdullah taught Neville how to set himself free, by looking inwardly and to live subjectively instead of objectively. So I'm saying to you, my brother, my sisters, get into your subjective mind and live from the subjective mind, not the objective mind. So do not let outside things that are happening on the outside shape your life, but live from the world of the invisible and be loyal to the unseen. Because as I would have said earlier, remember that you are a spirit having a human experience. You are not a human trying to be spiritual. So my brother, my sisters, all remember that the kingdom of God is within you. And when you discover the kingdom that is within you, you will discover your true self, your higher self, your creative self. and you discover the secret of creation, and then you use your creative power to achieve your every desire. And that is what it really means to live subjectively and not objectively. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you, you're gonna live from your imagination. When they told Neville that he was gonna travel to Barbados, third class, Abdullah affirmed, no, you'll be traveling first class, because Abdullah was living subjectively. When Neville had no work and he had no money and he was wondering how he's gonna make his trip, it is because he was thinking objectively. But Abdullah taught him how to live subjectively. And I'm teaching you, my brother, my sister, to live subjectively. Live from the inside out. Everything begins within. Everything was first a thought, everything was first an idea, everything was first imagined. And St. John 1 and 3 said that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. It's time for you to get rid of the Jesus and Mary story, which is a lie that has been fed to all of humanity, pointing each and everyone to look outwardly and to believe that the Bible is secular history. But I'm saying to you, when it says that without him, that him is just a personification that represents the human imagination, teaching you that everything that has ever been made was first imagined, and everything else that ever would be made must first be imagined. So trust your imagination, because God in man is man's imagination. Live subjectively and not objectively, and live your life in victory, abundance, and prosperity. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to say, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, it makes sense to you, it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work, we always have a PayPal link that is down below. Feel free to check it out and do as you've been led to do. Also, I want to mention our Patreon platform, and if you'd like to be a part of the Patreon platform, I want to let you know that all the videos are there. They're on this stop. There's no ad, and you can listen as much as you want and help to expand and grow. It all depends on you. And let me remind you that the golden rule of life is also do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, on my Patreon, I have a course called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, or the Inner Sun Engineering to Create Your Reality Consciously. And if you're interested to look inwardly to find the light that is within you and be in alignment with the light and bring forth in abundance and prosperity, then this course is good to help you to discover your creativity by looking inwardly. So, with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.